Hey everyone, Donald Brower, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, the Near Fall podcast. We're on location at my palatial room at Caesars. Thank you, NJSIAA. Great deal. Worked out well. Right close to the Boardwalk Hall. So great first day of action. We're already getting ready for the first round of Wrestlebacks tomorrow and the quarterfinals. Some highlights of the tournament so far for me. I'll kind of go into them real quick. Won't be a huge long one. We had some good guys, you'll see the wrestling on track, but there's just some things that kind of stuck out that I kind of want to talk about today. 106, the 11th seed, Tyler Higginson, he advances to the quarterfinals with a 7-6 victory over the 6th seed, Anthony Rossi of Hunterdon Central. Really good for him. He's a young man, his freshman at over at Mount Olive. Really good start to his career. He's got a really tough draw in the quarters, but you get always wrestle one match at a time, and that's what he did. And somebody else in that weight bracket who wrestled one match at a time was Benjamin Marchetto from West Milford, the sophomore who was a 10th seed. I got a chance to catch up with him after his big win out there, and this is what he had to say. I just wanted to get your thoughts on your tour so far, coming down here and winning the two matches, kind of rebounding from Sunday's finals loss in the region. Just your thoughts and kind of what you're doing to get ready.
Yeah, I was working with my coach, just practicing moving my feet because I fell in my finals match. I wasn't moving my feet a lot. I was kind of nervous. My first match here wasn't the best, but I got used to it, and I just wrestled back to beat him.
Now, when you wrestle, you said your feet, obviously the lights and the big gym and stuff like that, that's kind of, if you're not used to it, it's kind of rough. Now you feel you got your feet under you going in that second match. What were you looking for?
In my second match?
Yes.
That's kind of what I was looking for. I knew it was going to be close. I didn't think it would just be like a landslide win. I knew he was going to try to keep hitting that single, and he did. And I was just working on defending it, and it paid off.
Now, you head tomorrow to the quarters. I know it's, you're a young wrestler going in there. What do you do tonight to kind of keep your mind? Because obviously regions is different, stuff like that. But for states, what are you going to do to kind of keep your head set for tomorrow in that mindset?
I'm just going to try to stay positive, hang out with my friends and family. Don't want to think about it too much and let it get in my head. Perfect.
Good luck. Congratulations. See you tomorrow. Thanks for the time, Benjamin. I know you got a tough draw in the second seed, and returning place winner Logan Waddle at North Hunterdon. Give him all you can. Just go out there and wrestle your match. Somebody who went out there and wrestled his match both times, and actually is my bracket buster, who did, when I tell you, I'm going to give you a little insight into my predictions. I wanted to pick this kid. I'm not making this up. My wife will tell you who's in the other room. When I swear to God, Gio, swear on my nephew, Jonathan Craig Chisholm Brower, I'm telling the truth. I wanted to pick him, but was told by a few people in the other area, especially some reporters for down there, no, South Plainfield, that kid's legit. He's going to show up Carson. Well, guess what? Carson walked away with a 4-3 win. Now I look like I got egg on my face. It's a kid who I've been hearing about for a couple of years. All I've heard is Walsh is coming. Walsh is coming. It was almost like I thought that Paul Revere would be riding by on a horse with a little lantern going, Walsh is coming, Walsh is coming. But I got a chance to catch up with him after his big 4-3 win over the second seed, Jeffrey Jacome in South Plainfield. He was super excited. This is what he had to say. I'm here with the man who busted my bracket here, Carson Walsh from Pope John. Talk a little bit about this, just kind of coming in here. Not the seed you thought you were going to get, but you go out there and wrestle, you wind up knocking off the 2 seed in advance, and just kind of how you're feeling right now.
We saw the seeds Tuesday night, wherever they came out, and we got to work like we always do. We knew where we were, we knew who we had, and game plan a little bit, got the job done.
What were you looking for against him? Because he's such a tough competitor. Was there anything you thought you could exploit, or was it just kind of going out there and taking advantage of his
most of it was just flow. I like to get to my offense, so I know that I'm good there. And I noticed as soon as we got on the line, he was a lefty lead, so my lefty high cox was going to be there. And it was, and I got capitalized and took a takedown off it. Now,
I've been following Pope John for a couple of years, and all I've heard for the last few years was Walsh is coming. You got to watch this kid Walsh. I think you opened some eyes today. Talk about what you do tonight to kind of keep it rolling in the next round.
We look at the film, see some mistakes we made, capitalize off those, and just come back tomorrow better. And we'll be prepared. We'll be ready. So,
thanks so much. Thanks, Carson. I'm not sure if you'll be able to win the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get on the podium. Best of luck the rest of the tournament. I'm sure I'll be talking to you in the next couple of days, so be ready for this beautiful face. Another couple of little highlights I want to throw out there. 120, Butler's Brett Redner, who was the 25th seed, knocks off the 8th seed, but then loses a close, super close match. I was watching 3-2 in the pre-quarters to Gavin Hawk of Peaburg, the freshman. You know, he's back in the wrestlebacks, Redner, but really, really impressive start being that 25th seed. I mean, we had a couple who knocked some people out, jumping up. Not really anything at 126, 132, you know. And when I say there's not really any seeds knocked out, you'll get a 7, maybe knocking off a 10, but I'm talking like the really big ones. Somebody I saw at 138 that kind of jumped out to me, who I'm familiar with from living near, but don't cover them because it's just right outside where my coverage area is. But Mike Pescatore of West Essex beats the 3 seed and the 4th seed to advance to the quarterfinals. You never know. If like with these predictions, everybody goes, "Oh, I knew." Predictions are predictions. You're betting. You're basically predicting how teenagers are going to react in situations. If anybody could do that, I'd be down here gambling like crazy, winning money. If I can make those type of predictions and be honest with it. 144, no real big anything. Somebody I want to highlight at 150, Morristown's Giovanni Rivera. He lost to the number 2 seed, Laith Hamda of PCTI, but he was giving him hell. They were tied up, I want to say with about 20 seconds left, and Hamda got in with a pick, beautiful pick, trip, and basically gets the takedown, goes up. Giovanni got up, tried to get the takedown, but just couldn't get it with time expired. Giovanni Rivera gave it his all on the mat, so he can ask. He was wrestling a kid that on paper should have beaten him handily, and he loses by 1 point. So, buckle up, Giovanni, wrestle back in the morning, you're good to go. A couple other highlights. 157, Tanner Peak from Hunterdon Central gets the win over Ryan Burton, the freshman of sophomore from DePaul, 7-1. 165 bump up there. Lou Sergio from Del Barton with the major decision over Stephen Malia of Warren Hills, 11-3. Tough day for Warren Hills. They had a lot of guys fall back into the wrestlebacks. I know Tyler McCathern in advance, but really tough day. They had 8 guys come down. It was just really hard for them. No real big surprise at 175. 190. This was kind of a match I was keeping my eye on. For those of you who know from the county tournament, it was a first period pin. Laval beat Moscatello. Laval from Hanover Park, Vincenzo Laval beat Anthony Moscatello from Mount Olive via pin. Well, they changed it up, and we get out a little footage, and as you see here with the takedown, as time expires in the overtime, Moscatello avenges his loss in the county tournament and heads out to the quarterfinals, where he's going to face a really tough opponent and 2-time state champion, undefeated Brian Saldano. But he's going to salivate about this tonight. I got a chance to catch up with him after the match and get some words, and here they are. Congratulations. I just want to get your thought on this win. I know it's been a great postseason for you, winning the first group title, not coming down here and beating a guy you faced before. Just kind of how you're feeling right now.
Oh, sorry. No, I was really stoked. This was a match circled on since I saw the bracket in biology. I was like, oh shit, him again. But Vincenzo is a great person. He's a great wrestler, and I knew I wanted to give him the best match. I wasn't gonna go and get pinned again like counties. I want to give him the best match I could. I worked with Brian Saldano, was a big help. He helped me a lot, and then I just wrestled how I've been wrestling, and I didn't do anything stupid like counties. And Vincenzo is a great opponent, so it feels good to get a win over a guy the same caliber as him. So it's awesome. It's awesome. And now I got Brian.
I was going to say, I mentioned Saldano.
Yeah. Now I have him in the quarter, so we'll see what everybody probably knows what's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. And then, it's only the quarters. I haven't done anything yet, really. Still got to win one more to get on the podium, which is my goal since November. So I didn't do anything really yet. So I got tomorrow's the big day. So, but it feels great to avenge a win.
Now, training with Saldano, did you pick up any hints maybe, or did he show you just enough but not too much?
He does so much. He's so crazy. He's one of the crazy. He's so strong. He's a little unassuming. He's a little short, stocky guy, but he's one of the strongest people ever. He just tosses me everywhere. But he's also a really great person. He loves helping anybody he can. If you ask for help, he'll do his best. And he's just great. He's great.
Now, when you're saying you're talking about Laval, I know counties didn't go the way you wanted to. You guys came out. You seemed to slow the pace down a little bit. And it looked like a little frustrated, but him and maybe even you, in a sense, because you guys weren't kind of letting it all hang out. So it goes to overtime. You guys get the injury time a little bit in overtime. You seem to kind of push the pace those last few seconds. You obviously didn't want it to go to the ride out and have that settle it. Kind of just what you were looking for there in those last few seconds.
Yeah, I would say that match went about how I expected it to go, because I know he's really good at defense, really good from his feet, good defense, and he's got a great offense too. So I knew it was getting pretty slow. I just couldn't get pinned on bottom like last time, so I took bottom in the second, tried to make a statement, got out in 10 seconds. So I was pumped about that. And then, I just kept trying to bang away at him and try to get him a little bit more tired. And I didn't feel like I was tired. I feel like I could wrestle 10 minutes. And, so I was just going. I was going at it. I was just kind of in the zone. Just kept clubbing and hoping for a leg to pop forward. And it did. And I just got to it. And then, it just ended up perfectly, really. So, it was just awesome.
Now, I know you obviously focus tomorrow with everything. Kind of compare the moments, wrestling in front of all the people at States down in Franklin, wrestling the people at States down here in Atlantic City, just the feeling of being down here.
It's really awesome. I'm blessed to be a part of such a good team like Mount Olive, and be able to wrestle in front of these venues all the time. So it's really awesome. I loved winning it with my team. It's probably the greatest thing. Even winning individual state, winning with my favorite people in the whole school, some of my best friends. We just win a championship together, and it's just so awesome. But this. Winning an individual championship and having 7 of my closest friends watching me and cheering me on, and then we go back to the hotel and play with the ball we brought from the wrestling room. So we got the Xbox playing Fortnite. So it's just awesome. Love being part of the team.
Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank
you so much. Good luck tomorrow, Anthony. Is all I can tell you. Go out there and wrestle your match and see what happens. But Brian Soldano's on a whole nother level. But best of luck tomorrow, and go out there and give it your all. Nothing really at 2:15. I think we're still on that track of a Casal Cosgrove final. We'll see how that comes along. No real upsets at 285 except for one. He's in the wrestlebacks now, but the 26th seed from Patterson Eastside pinned the 7th seed, Matthew Janucci of Colts Neck, the Region 1 champion, in 32 seconds. Now, for you fans of the podcast and the live streams, Edmonds was the heavyweight at the Passaic County tournament, who went out there and laid it out there, and is a great kid. And we got a chance to talk to him afterwards as we were chatting with the coach. I know some wrestlers from Eastside from 10, 15 years ago who I was bringing up, and really rooting for him, to come back and wrestle and medal. And you always like it when a school like Eastside, can come down here and represent in the state tournament. But speaking of representing, I got to go represent the wife as her wonderful husband and bring her out for a night on the town. She gets to go visit the Cauliflower Ear Convention, as she calls it. And as a special bonus for everybody, here in about a week or so, everybody was worried about the podcast. On the way down, my wife and I decided we're going to do our own podcast together, where I'm going to ask her wrestling terms, and she's going to try to tell me what they mean. And then in verse, she's going to ask me Disney questions, because I'm a dude. I don't care. I don't give a crap what princess got kissed by what dude. Sorry, but she's all into that crap. But oh crap! Now I guess she's got to buy another purse at the Coach store. Shit. But before I cost myself any more money and I'm in the poorhouse because I'm going to go gamble and do all that stuff and be the good husband, I'm going to wrap this up. For Jared, the podcasting legend, I'm Donald J. Brower. We'll see you tomorrow night.